Good morning, Northeast. Welcome to another Odoo market analysis. As always, my name is Derek Strandberg. I'm on the partnership and alliance team here at Odoo Inc. And along with me, I have my colleague Tyler.
Hi, I'm Tyler Strandberg. I'm also on the Partnership and Alliance team. We work with folks who are interested in learning about the partnership program and maybe becoming an Odoo partner. If you see our number and email here on the screen, feel free to reach out to us after this webinar. We're more than happy to help guide you along.
And yeah, super excited. We love the Northeast.
Love the Northeast. We, of course, have an office in Buffalo, New York, so shout out to them. I also been to a couple business shows in the Northeast, and there's a lot of excitement around Odoo there. A lot of really great stuff happening up there.
Yeah, so let's talk about our agenda for today. We're going to first talk about the opportunities in the Northeast. We'll follow up into a deeper dive of the market analysis for that region. And then we're going to pivot a bit. We're going to talk about the partnership program a little bit more in depth and talk about a partner case. In case there are some people out there, just like you, watching right now, that are interested in becoming a partner. So before we talk about any sort of market analysis, we need to understand the ERP market as a whole. North America is the place to be. It's not only the third of the global ERP market, which is insane, but we're predicted to be crossing about 40 billion in 2030.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of dough there. And then we're seeing consistent growth, about 9.5% year over year for the ERP market as a whole. And we're predicted about 75% of the market will be SaaS by 2030 again. That's amazing for Odoo, but that's also amazing for anybody who's interested in the North American market. There are a few reasons why North America is such a hot market. It's actually one of the markets with the fastest cloud adoption, which is always helpful when you're talking about SaaS type services. We're also seeing North America has the highest concentration of large enterprise clients, but it also has some of the largest concentration of small to medium-sized businesses. It's a land of opportunity, guys.
Yeah, and these small, medium-sized businesses are looking to adopt technology now more than ever. I mean, we're seeing that every day here at Odoo.
Exactly. And I think that is a perfect transition into understanding Odoo itself. Odoo at its core was focused on the SMB market by providing an all-in-one beautiful ERP system that was not only affordable, but scalable. And it's very easy to use. I mean, you're going to use the software to run your business, so better be easy to use.
Yeah, exactly.
But because the open source nature, it's extremely adaptable to a large enterprise clients and complex industries too. Tyler, tell them a bit more.
Yeah. So when you are looking at a typical business these days, a lot of time they're looking like that picture on the left. Multiple disjointed software, a lot of different subscription fees, multiple logins, or paying to have them all work together. Odoo's looking to solve that problem. We have a full host of different applications. You can see on the right all the different kinds of tools that we'd be able to replace with Odoo. And it's all a seamless process. Starting with our accounting and invoicing modules from the very beginning, we built these applications all in-house, no acquisitions. So they work seamlessly together. Whenever you add an application to your database, it creates all the necessary functions to work together.
Yeah, and speaking to that, I've worked with a lot of small businesses and they're running 14, 15 different applications. Yeah, I know, just to run and operate their business. A ton of data silos, and it becomes a huge issue when it comes to scaling. It's great that Odoo has pretty much all of these applications that you can replace your Salesforce, your DocuSign, but the beauty of Odoo is that it's fully integrated. So you don't need to hop in between different softwares, deal with the different fees or the different user experiences.
Yeah, and another crazy part about Odoo, the affordability. Every user you pay gets access to all of these tools. At the very center, finance applications, so accounting, invoicing, then tools to help with sales, CRM for opportunities, sales for quotations, website apps to help build your own website with an e-commerce connection. So any contact form submissions automatically route to a salesperson or trigger a process. Operation apps, like inventory, purchasing, project management, field service, HR apps to keep track of employees, payroll, time off, marketing tools, SMS, social, email, productivity apps for documentation, internal collaboration, and manufacturing applications. Not every business needs manufacturing, but the ones that do really like the flexibility. And all that can be built on top of either custom development or Studio, our no code customization tool. No Python experience needed, creating automation rules, new data points, all within Odoo.
Yeah, and again, for the SMB market, this is perfect. Even for large enterprise clients, you can use Odoo as a point solution. Maybe you're using a certain software for manufacturing, but want to use Odoo to handle the accounting and sales. Fully integrated, so much flexibility there.
Now let's look at some of the business opportunities in the Northeast specifically. But before we do that, I think it's important to look at the Northeast market as a whole.
Agreed, yes. The Northeast is home to the most densely packed, longest established concentration of small and medium sized businesses in the US. A mature professional service, heavy buyer base for an Odoo partner, spanning between finance, healthcare, higher education, and legacy manufacturing, with no single ERP vendor entrenched across the corridor. And we recognize that a lot of the Northeast businesses are operating across tight multi-state footprints. Running from Boston down to Philadelphia, Odoo already ships with built-in multi-company, multi-currency, and state-by-state tax configuration right out of the box. That removes the top objection a partner hears from prospects in this region, where a single company might be filling and operating across 4 or 5 different states.
Yeah, and let's look at the addressable market in the Northeast. There's about 6 million small businesses across the 9-state Northeast corridor. I mean, that's a massive base to work with.
Yeah, and when we look at the Northeast market, we see there's an estimated 10.5 million plus workers in the small business space. That's in line with the roughly 46% national average share of the private sector employment. And what's unique about the Northeast versus some of the other regions we've looked at is just the density.
Yeah.
You got that whole prospect pool packed into some of the shortest distance in any U.S. region. You can cover a lot of ground here with a lot of windshield time.
Yep, and some of these sectors are industries in the Northeast that are very common. So, professional and financial services, healthcare, higher education, and life sciences, and legacy manufacturing dominate this region. These directly in line with Odoo's accounting, manufacturing, field service, and professional service apps. So there's really a natural fit here between what the region does and what Odoo already covers really well.
Yeah, and to continue to add to this, there's a ton of buying power in the Northeast.
Yeah.
Combined regional GDP is around 5.1 trillion plus. Yeah. If the Northeast were its own country, its economy would rank among the largest in the world, comparable to Germany's or Japan's total output. So there's something partners like you can obviously take advantage of. There's a lot of business here, there's a lot of potential, and there's a lot of revenue to be made.
Now let's pivot into a deeper market analysis for the Northeast. Derek, break down what we're going to analyze.
Yeah, gladly. We're gonna go over multiple data points. One thing I want to point out that this is generated from our own CRM usage. Odoo is one of our largest customers. We use it ourselves.
Yeah.
I use it every day, so we're going to be reporting on leads or subscriptions. We can do that ourselves. We're going to look at the measurement of generated leads, active subscriptions, and the highest growth in comparison of specific industries we're looking at with Odoo.
Yep. So let's go ahead and look at some of the leads we generate the most in the Northeast. I'll go ahead and talk through the top 5. So I guess let's go ahead and look at those leads now.
Perfect.
So the wholesale retail, we're looking at about a 24.45%, a leading industry in demand generation, a key structural vertical of the Northeast market. Construction renovation at a 12.59%, second key industry with the active market. Maintenance, manufacturing at 9.71%. Third key industry, consistent across many states. IT, communication, marketing, just over 7%. Fourth key industry with active growth. Last fifth place, we have health, social welfare, pharmaceutical at 6.78%, a rising background player in demand.
So now let's compare that to the places we actually close subscriptions, the active subscriptions.
Yeah, that's right. Dirk, I'll let you take care of this one.
Okay, so these are the top 5 industries with the total subscriptions. At the number 1 spot, we have wholesale slash retail at 24.54%. It's a core industry for adoption, structural revenue base. The second spot takes us to manufacturing slash maintenance at 24.07%. High operational value vertical with good conversion. The third spot takes us to IT communication slash marketing. Digitally mature market, I would say, efficient conversion in technology companies. And the fourth will take us to construction and renovation at 5.56%. Stable adoption in the regulated and formal sector. And then at the fifth spot takes us to science and technology. Lower conversion rate relative to lead volume. I would say it requires a sector-specific approach. Now let's do a little bit of a gap analysis, comparing the leads we generate and the subscriptions we close in the Northeast. So I would say a few things jump out here right off the bat. We have wholesale, retail, and manufacturing are rock solid. They dominate both lists. This is a market that you want to specialize in. No issues. It's consistent. It's there. It's a great place to focus. IT communication and marketing is consistent too. 7% of the leads, almost 14% of the subs. So that conversion is efficient. Now, manufacturing, that's an interesting one. Similar to what we've seen in other regions. It's only about 9.7% of the leads we generate, but 24% of the subscriptions. So why are there fewer leads and more subscriptions? Probably because we've had successful partners in this space in the Northeast that have produced great solutions and shown other manufacturing business in this region, hey, look at this great solution we built for this client. Is that something that you want for your own business?
Yeah, no, fantastic point. And then construction and renovation, I mean, there's a real gap here. 12.59% of leads, but only converts to not even 6% of subscriptions. That tells us that there are businesses in construction and renovation across the Northeast looking for a solution, but not being higher in sub makes me feel like there may not be enough partners in that space providing a solid solution and marketing it out there. Same story with health, social welfare, and pharmaceutical. Almost 7% of the leads doesn't even crack the top 5 in subscriptions. I mean, that's a place where a partner like you, especially if you already have healthcare or life science domain experience, could really step in.
Yeah, and then it takes us to science and technology. Didn't make the top 5 leads, but it's pulling 5.56% of subscriptions. That's a sleeper. Perfect opportunity to market yourselves as a partner that specializes in that space, even without a huge volume of visible lead traffic.
So to wrap it up, if you're a partner, focus on wholesale, retail, or manufacturing, you're good. Double down on that. And if you're looking at construction, renovation, or healthcare, social welfare, pharmaceutical, I mean, that's a really big gap. Bring your expertise there. And science and technology is your sleeper opportunity for outreach and marketing.
So now let's look at some of the industries growing the most year over year in the Northeast. You're going to see some interesting things here too. All right, at the number 1, we have utilities, energy, water supply at 100%. Top year over year growth industry. Number 2 takes us to the manufacturing maintenance. 92.9%, almost to that 93%. Second key segment. And again, this is a market that already shows up rock solid in both leads and subs. So seeing this at this level of growth on top, that's a strong signal. Number 3 will take us to mining and quarrying at 88.9%, expanding sector, and one that includes compliance needs. At the 4th takes us to finance, legal, and insurance, 83.3%. Interest focused on productive operations, albeit lower in volume. Number 5 will take us to the real estate. 82.2%, a rising background player in demand.
Yeah, really interesting stuff. And one thing I'd assume is similar across the board with all of these industries. I mean, they're looking for an all-in-one solution, like Odoo,
Yeah.
something seamless where they don't have to bounce around different applications.
So now let's look at more data for the Northeast as a whole in Odoo. We're going to evaluate data from 2020 to 2025. In that period, we've seen about 1,184 clients or projects in the Northeast, with 582 project subscriptions in 2025 alone. Yeah, average annual growth rate is running at 76.5%, and overall, we're seeing growth of 1,611.8% between 2020 and 2025.
I mean, that's a massive jump. And that tells us that this region is building momentum consistently. It's not just spiking in one year. It's a market that keeps compounding.
And I think this is a great opportunity to talk about our partnership program and what it actually means to become a partner.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Essentially, partners are service providers for end customers, and they come in all different flavors. We have ones that are strictly business consultants, accounting firm partners, custom software development partners. I mean, Odoo's open source, so really gives you a platform to build on. Partners that focus on hardware infrastructure, network and marketing agencies, and most importantly, software implementation. At the end of the day, a majority of partners are software implementers. And because that's where a lot of the revenue comes from.
Yeah, exactly. So we're looking to help our partners from the very beginning. And it's part of our 360 growth program. For starters, at the commercial and functional support, we're helping you understand Odoo from a software point of view, how to market yourself, marketing materials, app-specific materials to help you grow your consultancy or partnership. Tailored training solutions, self-taught through tutorials, master classes, or instructor-led. Boot camps or technical trainings to take you to the next level. Consultants might want to opt into a boot camp. Developers maybe look towards a technical training. Third, access to Odoo SH, our platform as a service. We host it ourselves, no server maintenance headache for you, and it's a platform to build on top of Odoo. 4, access to business opportunities. Odoo has internal resources focused on helping partners grow, market themselves, and also provide opportunities directly through our account managers. Monetization, commissions on every license sold, on Odoo SH, and renewals. Most partners can get ROI back within the first year on one project.
Wow, that's insane. And I would say let's take a deeper dive into the monetization, kind of build on your last point there.
Yeah, absolutely.
There are 3 partner tiers. We got the Ready, Silver, and Gold. So the Ready gets you about 10% license commissions. Silver gives you that bump of 15%, and then Gold partners get you to that 20% license commission. And it's reoccurring. As your client portfolio grows, it goes from being a nice little cherry on top to a sizable chunk of revenue every year.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's the Odoo SH commissions. 50% of the hosting costs when a client is hosted on Odoo SH. That's an additional revenue stream on top of everything else.
Yeah, and now the big money maker. Implementation, support, and consulting services. This is 100% profit for the partner. Odoo does not take a dime. Market average in the US runs around 125 to 300 an hour. And you can bundle implementation, support, and consulting into a package and charge a higher effective rate. In fact, average billing rates we're seeing run around 150 an hour, with implementation projects starting at a minimum of about 5,000% per engagement.
Yeah. And then lastly, Odoo App Store.
Yeah.
One of the largest third-party app stores out there. Partners develop and publish integrations and profit 70% from the sale.
Now, what it actually takes to become a partner. Pretty straightforward. Two essential steps: an annual membership fee of 3,950 and a functional certification at 250 USD. We require all of our partners to get certified within 6 months. As you move from Ready, Silver, and Gold, both user requirements and certifications requirements go up. What do I mean by that? Well, Ready partners, you got the one certification. Silver partners, 75 users and 3 certifications. Then we go into the Gold partners, and that's 300 new users and 6 plus certifications. There's an optional additional cost item depending on how deep you want to go. Functional bootcamp, training sessions, support hours and guidance, and assistance and technical training.
Yeah, and that tracks.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, as you grow, you need more people on your team who know what they're talking about.
Exactly.
I've seen solo one-man shows that were great Ready partners, right? But once they start becoming silver, they're getting a lot more interest, and therefore they need to hire more staff.
Yeah, and on the commercial and marketing side, the access to brand assets listing on the Find the Partner page and our pricing page, and then internal marketing support for that go-to-market strategy. Google, LinkedIn, Meta ads help, and if it's not online, we also do it in person too. Road shows, expos, and trade shows. I mean, we've done a few road shows too. It's a great opportunity for partners.
Yeah, and again, a lot of really, really great conversations happen at these business shows. Highly recommend going to one.
Highly recommend.
Let's start with one of the many success stories from partners in the Northeast. Okay, so we're looking at a partner today that became a partner recently, 2025. So fairly new addition to the Odoo ecosystem. I love highlighting stories like this because we've seen a real shift as of late. New partners are entering the ecosystem with a lot of existing experience and value to offer, and they're able to make waves with Odoo customers right away. Yeah. They started as a firm focused specifically on CRM and saw Odoo as an opportunity to expand into ERPs. This is a pattern we've seen often. Let's partners offer more implementation support and generate higher revenue per project by implementing a full ERP instead of a single point solution. One thing that stood out with this partner is that they came in understanding that working with Odoo from day one was key. Yeah. They moved quickly to get the partnership started so they could kick things off with their AM support. Building a sales pipeline early and leveraging Odoo, not just to bring more confidence to clients, but to actually showcase the capabilities of the software. They also invested in internal training, getting 3 people on their team certified, and it shows. They're currently sitting at a whopping 100% retention rate, which speaks for itself. The work they've done with clients is landing, and it's helping them retain long-term relationships. And lastly, everyone evaluates ROI. I'm happy to report that this partner hit ROI on their partnership investment in just 6 months. They closed a 5-year deal with support from their AM and doubled their ROI from commissions alone. It really shows that one of the best ways to shorten your runway is to work hand in hand with Odoo to bring real value to your customers.
Yeah, and I mean, a lot of things stand out right out the bat. 3 certified individuals, 100% retention rate. That's amazing stuff right there. And that's just like a great example when partners move quickly and lean on their account managers early. They didn't wait to have everything figured out. They got certified, they got going, and they let the pipeline build alongside their existing CRM relationships. That's a model a lot of firms in the Northeast, especially ones with existing services focused like CRM, accounting, or consulting, could really replicate. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. If there's anybody ready to discuss partnerships or take your business to that next level, feel free to contact us. It's right here on the screen. Yeah, you have also Tyler's contact right here on the screen as well. Feel free to send an email. Give us a call.
Yeah, always available for Odoo partners.
And thank you so much for watching the Odoo Market Analysis for the Northeast. We want to end by quickly mentioning Odoo Experience, one of the largest Odoo events in North America, taking place in San Francisco, September 2nd and 3rd at Pier 27. It's a free event, over 100 talks, a chance to meet partners, see the roadmap, and get a sneak peek into version 20. If you get the chance to come down to San Francisco, come find us at a booth. And thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Thank you again.